Sound good.
We're golden. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Super Bowl time. I already see the zeros in the chat because we're not there yet. We're not there yet, but we're close. We're close. But right now, we're joined by the marvelous, the wonderful, the Yinzer that wants to know a little bit more about a white controller.
Oh no, don't do that to
me. Wohzi, how we doing?
We're doing fine. I actually have one sitting right here beside me. It no longer works, surprisingly enough. Dude, it's dusty. It's gross.
That's hilarious.
I have four Xbox controllers within a reach distance right now, and
just in case
one works fully.
Just in case we need to chuck one.
Well, dude, you've played Madden. You know how it can get.
Oh yeah. I mean, I got punished for for my actions. I just took it out on the field rather than my controller. But exciting matchup here. I mean, there's a lot on the line. We've got Dan kind of went through in the Discord and listed it out, but it's Austin's 13th appearance. He has 9 championships, nine rings, so going for his 10th ring. Dan going for his 5th ring and his 10th appearance. And then this is the 4th time that they've faced each other in a Super Bowl. I believe, I could be incorrect, but I believe Austin's 3-1, but Dan has won the most recent matchup, which was the last cycle. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. I mean, do you have any thoughts initial thoughts on who you think is gonna win this game, or how you think the game's gonna go?
There's lots of legacy going on with this season for both parties. I mean, Dan's on his triumph or revenge tour to get back the Super Bowl that was taken from him last season. So, Dan's got that on his mind, as well as Austin has a mere 20-0 perfect season on the line. And I asked this before, but I didn't get any confirmation. Has there been, sure, I feel like there's at least been one 20-0 season. Oh, well, say 20-0 or perfect season rather.
There has been a few perfect seasons. Dan and Austin both have a perfect season. Cloud both have a perfect season. Cloud has a perfect season, then Ben has a perfect season. They all went 19-0. There is one user that actually went 20-0, and you're currently commentating with him. So he is the lone. Really? He is the lone 20-0 user. So Austin would be joining that club as the second 20-0 user, but also Austin would be joining his own club as the only user to have 2 undefeated perfect seasons. So there really is just a lot on the line right now.
Yeah, I mean, Dan being the methodical player that he is, he made me eat my words on the divisional game that I commentated. I said that Dan couldn't really put together a drive as he was doing lots of big plays that game. He went and turned around and just made me, like I said, eat my words. But, on the other hand, Austin himself, you and I are very familiar with how Austin can play. It doesn't matter if Austin is down by 2-3 possessions at one point in the game. That's a guy you just can't count out no matter what, because he's going to put stuff together and make you make plays that you're uncomfortable with, and he'll make plays that you have no idea what he did.
Definitely. And just looking at Neon right now, I mean, we've got two just kind of like stark differences with these teams. Austin, the second offense, just based on points, first on yards, second on pass yards, 15th on rush yards. Defense, 7th in points, 19th in yards, 12th in pass yards, 24th in rush yards. And then Dan, 20th in points for offense, 14th in yards for offense, 4th in pass yards, 31st in rush yards. So one of the worst rush yards offense. But defensively, the Bucs, which is a little bit surprising to me, and Dan not always known as, maybe a strong defensive user. I feel like he's one of those guys that like he'll get a stop if he needs it, but like you're always just worried he's going to put points up in bunches. But defensively, he's 5th in points for this year, 3rd in yards, 10th in pass yards, and 8th in rush yards. So very interesting there. I mean, I didn't know that. I just went to Neon to kind of check that out, and that's I mean, no surprise to me. Austin, is basically the league leader offensively. But I was very surprised to see Dan, really kind of top 5, top 10-ish, probably top 5, I'd say, this year defensively. So I think that would be something that we add into the mix here. And then looking to just, I mean, I'd be interested to hear your opinion. I mean, obviously we have 2 AFC users and also 2 AFC North users in the booth here, but in my opinion, when I just look at both of these guys' schedule, you give the nod to Austin in terms of like strength of schedule, the like kind of proven wins. I mean, Austin, he's gone 17-0, and is now undefeated in the playoffs. Like he had to beat not only Warren in the regular season and Little Alex in the regular season. He then had to beat Warren again in the playoffs and then Little Alex again in the playoffs, which is like very impressive to me.
Right. I mean, the AFC is harder than the AMC or NFC. That's been the league talk since the start of Madden 24. Like, it's just the way that the lottery balls were drawn, and we got matched up, and there's not much you can do about it. Honestly, when we hit about week 12 or 13, I was almost certain that we were going to have a losing record in the playoff spot for the NFC, which is never going to happen in the AFC this cycle. Based off the Bengals or the AFC North schedule, we played the AFC West, which is arguably, people have said, better than the AFC North. Can I disagree? Yes. I think the North is stronger, but we also played the NFC West, which is the best NFC division. I know that the South is currently in the Super Bowl, but as overall, I think the NFC West is just, it runs so deep. I mean, the game with Morty and Allen, that was a classic. I think you commentated that, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, heartbreak for Morty, great for Allen, and then turn around. And I did not get to watch the conference game between Allen and Dan, but it looked like it was a close one too.
Yeah. Let's see. Hopping over to the chat here. I mean, 15 viewers out the gate. Game hasn't even started yet, but we do have Dan's stream pulled up now as they're on the practice field, getting after it. Here, let me mute that. But yeah, so we've got, let's see. Connor says Bengals 31, Bucs 20. Austin completes the 20-0. Justin says Bucs 35, Bengals 28. Steele says Bengals 38-37. Dan beat Austin Super Bowl 22 and 33. Austin beat Dan Super Bowl 39, which is Austin's most recent championship. Oh, okay. So, he's so. Oh, okay. So I had it wrong. So Austin is 1-2 in that matchup, but Austin has the most recent championship. Okay, I see.
Wow, I did not know that.
Let's see. What else do we have? 31st in rush offense, yes, but James Cook has gone off these playoffs. 31-28 Bucks from Nick. And that's pretty much. Justin says he thinks Dan wins off some Madden BS as a way of Madden apologizing for the 2-0 games. I mean, I don't think Madden has to apologize. He's in the Super Bowl. But yeah, here we go. I mean, this is also another interesting tidbit as the NFC South now with their they're the only ones, right? Let's see. They're the only ones to make a Super Bowl so far. We've got Ben obviously winning the first Super Bowl, Dan going to back-to-back now. So can they get another one? But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about this. I think, if I were to kind of put my finger on the pulse a little bit, as Dan's now quitting practice mode, so we may be underway here shortly, folks. But if I put my finger on the pulse a little bit, I think it's going to be, and this is no shade to Dan, but I think it's going to be Austin by about 14 points. I just think he's locked in and moving right now. Obviously both of these guys know each other well. Mistakes can happen. I think if Austin plays a clean game, which I assume he does, he wins by 14. But nonetheless, we have both teams now here in the menu. Music's playing, so let me mute that. So mute that real quick so we don't get hit with a mute on the broadcast or played back broadcast. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Super Bowl 48. Listen, go get a bev. Go get a drink, go get something, get yourself comfortable, get locked in for the next 45 minutes to an hour, and let's get after it. Super Bowl 48, Better League, Buccaneers versus Bengals. Looks like the Bengals will be kicking off to the Bucs. Not sure. Obviously, we're not able to see who won the toss or who lost the toss, but regardless, Bucs will receive the ball here first, and we will get this game underway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to see some clean action from Austin. I mean, he's just, I don't want to be, dick riding him out here or anything like that, but he's a dog. He is. Dan's a dog too, but he's got the milkman, so we'll see what can happen.
As we've got Rowe in a shotgun formation here, looking around at the abilities just to kind of give himself a good idea. That's going to be a handoff to Cook. Cook able to make one-man miss to get a 5-yard gain, make it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I mean, you got a whole game here. This is probably what everybody is going to say and look forward to. You got a whole game. Make it your pace. Austin, he will strike at any time. Dan just got to take care of the ball.
Handoff, another handoff to Cook. He's able to get about 7 or 8 yards there, picking up a first down so far. These inside zones working pretty well. That obviously an RPO, but nonetheless working out.
Oh, do we got a no huddle here? Was that what that was?
I don't think so. Maybe it was. Oh wow! And that's an RPO. Looked like it could have been picked, but able to get it and then does a little jurtle, pick up a first down. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, the quick passes. That's I think if you're able to get the ball out quick against Austin is where you're gonna strike. That's what I did my last game against him. It seemed to work better than anything.
Rowe taking the snap, making a couple adjustments, has RB wide open, will go to RB, but Dax Hill turns on it, almost gets picked. Wow, great play by Dax Hill.
Wow, yeah, he read that post immediately, and as it was coming out of Morgan Rowe's hands, I was holding my breath the entire time the ball was in the air, dude.
Yeah, great job there by Dax Hill to have some awareness. In the chat, this isn't technically a new layout, just first one. Maybe you guys seen it in a while, but I'm gonna go back to the normal so we can get the game in full screen. I assume it's probably a little bit difficult to see as Trey Hendrickson and I can't tell who, maybe Miles Murphy combine for a little duo sack there. 3rd and 20, and this is not what the doctor ordered if you're Dan and the Buccaneers.
Bengals defense locked in.
He sees both these guys are blitzing here.
What do we have going on here? A lot of hot routes.
Multiple blitzers. I wonder if he knows that. Oh, and then he uses the one blitzer. Great usering, gonna make him chuck it underneath. Can he stop him? Yes, he does stop him, and that is in no man's land. I assume we see. Wow, he's gonna be aggressive out the gate. Uses coach decision. What do you think about this? I don't love it.
I do. I love the. We're in the Super Bowl. What do you have to lose at this point? He's ready for another chip.
Here we go. Rowe, 4th and 10. This could be a big moment in the game. Only 3 minutes into it. Making a litany of adjustments here. Styling up a play.
Dyson. Oh, no.
User it. Whoa, and wow, just sends absolute heat off the edge there. I don't know if they looked like there was a DB blitzing and then maybe Hendrickson came free or I'm not sure who came free there, but able to get the stop. Let me go ahead and go to this simple game. You're a little ahead of me, so once we get a chance, I'm gonna try to refresh, but no big deal nonetheless. As Burrow is gonna find T. Higgins. Higgins gets it up the corner, doesn't have the speed to get to the end zone. Oh, tries to reach out, gets it down to the 1, and look, here's what you gotta be worried about when you're playing Austin. I mean, my goodness, that happened quick.
Yes, I mean, that's the Bengals strike that we have witnessed, you and I both, multiple times throughout Madden. It's disgusting how a turn of events like that is just so quick.
Burrow tries to go quarterback sneak, not able to get it back to the quarterback sneak. That time does get it. You know, surprising Dan didn't, went nickel fire 0 there. It feels like a lot of people have found, that if you just come out into that goal line defense, it does a good job stopping. And there's a couple other plays, but good job stopping the sneak. And it felt like he just had to run the sneak twice and it worked.
I mean, it's not a bad decision for Dan to go for it there. Yes, he used his coach's decision, but now you have a quick score on the board. Just kind of chalk that one up as a pick 6. Don't really think of it as your turnover on downs for the game. It's a brand new game here with 4 minutes less than what he normally would have. So, kind of just fight off that and see where you can get with it.
Bengals, quick score. Yeah, I think maybe 45 seconds came off the clock. Goes out to Cook on a little swing pass, making a few man miss. Got to be careful juking too much when there's, a whole heap of defenders around you.
Yeah, I mean, I want to point out that the Bengals defense with the rankings that they have, look how quickly that Austin just scored there. I mean, he's played a lot of defense over the offense this season.
Yep. Gonna be handoff to Cook. Reader, no, that was actually BJ Hill, tried to get in the backfield, but then Reader actually on the back end brings him down, pulls him backwards to bring us to a 3rd and 2 here.
I just realized I never put a score prediction in for myself, and I feel as I would be cheating if I did it now, but I wanted to say that I agreed with your 14 earlier.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'll take it. Even he's up, even though he's up 7, we'll take it. We won't say you're cheating. Great user. He might have A, but actually he finds B. Goes to Dyson. He breaks 1 tackle, but gets brought down. Good protection that time by the Buccaneers.
If Dan can get Dyson rolling here, that's going to be your Super Bowl MVP. As we saw in the divisional game, I think he had 170 yards, if not more than that. I mean, that guy balled out.
Rowe, shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Otten's on the left-hand side as well as Cook. Cook's going to stay into block, step up in the pocket. He's going to end up running this with Rowe. Wisely slides. Maybe a little bit. I mean, it worked out, but that felt like a little bit of a panic step up and then realized like, oh, I've got the room, so I'll just take off.
Absolutely. I think he could have probably legged out a 1st down. He would have risked a fumble for sure.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to take risks in the Super Bowl. You already went for it on 4th,
Does those little swing pass. Flots. Oh, gosh. Just trying to maybe do a little too much there. And then lost some yards, I believe, on that play. Or, yeah, lost about a yard.
I think I just saw a Cook injury.
Oh, really? Wow.
It looked like he was holding his stomach as he was laying on the ground. So we'll see if he's in the next formation.
Guess we'll see if he's in here.
Nope, he's good.
Play. Yeah, so he is good. 3rd and 5. You are probably in field goal range here, so don't need to be, insanely aggressive. Oh, as that might be an offsides call. Free play as he's going to just do a little touch pass to Cook. No! And drops it. Wow. Oh, that is a heartbreaker. He does get the penalty, but how did that get dropped?
I don't think I've ever seen an animation like that, he had it, took a few steps and fumbled it or dropped it out of bounds. That was weird.
That was wild. 3rd and inches. Yeah, I assume this is going to be a handoff to Cook. It will be, but I think that... Oh, fumble!
He needs some milk.
Oh my goodness.
Who picked it? I mean, Buccaneers picked it up. Okay. My goodness, what a wild play there. Looked like he could have got stopped. Then it gets punched out and bounces all over the place. Heads up play by the Bucs to get that. Now, Buccaneers in a bunch set here. Not a ton open. Maybe RB late. He's going to have to take off. Not going to get anywhere as Clifton stuffs up the middle. Oh, is that? Oh, I thought that was BJ Hill earlier, wearing the same number as BJ Hill, but apparently that's Clifton.
Oh, I was just rolling with it, to tell you the truth. That's what I thought too. I know you know this Bengals squad better than anybody else in this league, so.
My guess is maybe he didn't re-sign Hill, but nonetheless, Rowe making a few adjustments here. Pretty clean pocket for the most part. Gonna find, ooh, try to get it to, I don't know if that was Dyson there. But yeah, I think maybe that one, maybe he tried to, heck, I can't think of the freeform. Yeah, maybe he tried to freeform that one and it just went out of bounds.
I'm gonna pull up the stats here for Rowe. We'll discuss them in a moment here.
3rd and 15. Not much open. Oh, that's probably a hold. He's going to go to Cook. Cook catches it, but we assume this is going to be an offensive holding. No, illegal contact. I didn't see it down the field. So big play right there.
Morgan Rowe has 97, 95, 90, deep, mid, short, respectfully. That's crazy. I mean, his under pressure is 86, which I still feel is pretty good. So I can't imagine we'll see a lot of overthrown balls like that one was on that post route.
Yeah, and I feel like it was probably a free form. He's going to go to the quick flat route, able to get the tackle here. If you're Austin, you know, in the Bengals team here, I don't think there's any panic in you. You feel good because even if he gets a touchdown, you still have the advantage, right? You get ball at half. You got him to a turnover with the 4th down stop. But you love to, you know, see if you can hold him to a field goal. This is going to be a handoff to Cook. Cook not able to fight forward. This Bengals defense swarming the ball carrier.
Absolutely, especially if Austin can get the ball back one time before half. Well, he'll definitely get it here after this drive, but he may be able to get it potentially back again. And another stop in between drives could be crazy.
Goal line goes to Cook, cuts it up. Oh, does he? Yeah, they are going to give him the first. I do think he got that ball out. Looked like for a second, honestly, that was going to be a touchdown, but good kind of edge protection there by the 2 linebackers to get to the outside.
Yeah, the middle linebacker just filled that gap and just took everything away there. It's beautiful.
1st and goal. Gonna hand this off to Cook and get stuffed. 3rd and goal. Or sorry, 2nd and goal. Oh, no huddle. Interesting.
Trying to catch him off guard here.
Yeah, interesting decision. Gonna quick snap it. Oh, gonna have the no. Oh, I thought he was gonna have the zig. He ends up having it. It looked like that DB. It was like, yeah, Cam Taylor-Britt looked like he was gonna attack that, but nonetheless was able to stop him.
And we'll see what Dan does here. Do you have like an inside the 5 type of play call that is your absolute go-to? Because you almost need one.
Yeah, I would assume Dan does. And he was trying to maybe run the ball a few times to just, you know, see if he could push it in and not have to use that just yet, as this will be a handoff. Cook, wow, another big tackle by this Bengals team and another 4th down. I mean, this could be, oh, and we get a Bengals pause really quickly. Interestingly enough.
A major decision here. Major decision.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, I feel like you have to go for it. But boy, if you don't get a touchdown and you let the Bengals go get a touchdown, this could be, you know, this could get out of hand quickly.
Right. This could be a very lopsided Super Bowl. And unfortunately, every playoff game I've commentated this season have been not close. And I've missed every one that has been close. So yeah. I'm really rooting for a Dan touchdown right here to keep this interesting.
Yeah, sentiment. Connor says, gotta go. I agree. You gotta go, but boy, is this a big play. RPO.
He got it.
Cook, yes, able to get into the end zone. Boy, did it look like he was about to get tackled, but doesn't. Big score for the Buccaneers there.
What a play.
What a play.
I mean, your RPO choice on the 2 1-yard line is a go-to for a lot of guys. Austin locked onto that bubble real quick, and I honestly didn't think he was going to get around the edge, but James Cook is just playing on another level right now.
As now we will get the Bengals to really get their first full drive. Obviously that that their first drive was started about the 50-yard line, and it took like 3 plays to get in the end zone. So this is, it's kind of crazy. We're, let's see, 11 minutes into this game just about, and this is, only the 4th offensive snap. Handoff to Mixon. Oh, good play by number 5 there to stop him because he had a lot of ground.
You want to know what I miss? I miss the sub trains that we used to have during the Super Bowl.
I know.
Where's that at?
I know. They used to just fly in. They used to fly in, didn't they? They don't love us anymore.
They did. I'm going to send them off on the Buccaneers ship. Oh, here we go.
Oh, is Mixon trying to fight forward, 3rd and 5. Oh, here they come.
Connor without hesitation. He's just paying himself, everyone. Don't listen to him.
My sub volume's quite quiet right now, but it is going off, people. That's going to be a quick one to Jamar. Oh, gets depleted, but first down. But Connor, with 5 gifted to Slander, King, Monk, the other King, and Steeler fan 1711, whoever that is.
I like that guy. There's something about him. There's just something about him.
Joe Burrow. Oh, Dan kind of got caught cheating down a little bit there, but doesn't hurt him. 2nd and 10. So far, Mixon not able to do much, but which is interesting because Dehudi made a comment, I think it was before the playoffs started, just how patient Austin had been running with Mixon, and that was a big part of his success. So we'll see if maybe that's something Dan can kind of hone in on. Quickly to Jamar. That's a really nice route and a really nice read.
Man, somebody needs to take Jamar Chase and T. Higgins away from Austin because he's made those guys into absolute weapons.
Yeah.
If they're on a post route, it doesn't matter how well you cover it. It's GG.
Joe Burrow handoff to Joe Mixon, able to juke and fight for about 3 yards. Ben with a gifted sub to the Frost X9.
Oh, hey, I've always... buddy.
Oh, is it really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Always been a fan of the Frost X. Burrow gonna have Mixon. Will get to Mixon. Can he juke and make a miss? No, but 3rd and manageable here.
Very manageable. Do we have a spinner play? I personally, it scares me to run spinner, but some people have the balls to do it. And
yeah,
I don't know how.
I know.
That's like running in Gauge 8.
Yeah, that was a Chase special, right? When he was in the league, he'd always, I feel like, would run spinner. 3rd and 3, handoff Mixon, able to fight forward for a first down. I mean, this is the way that this game has gone is crazy to me because Austin feasibly could use this clock, get a touchdown, and then get the ball at half, and this is only his 2nd offensive drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to take a lot right now for him. I mean, clock it, take the field goal at a minimum,
Burrow, very clean pocket, kind of goes into the pressure, but able to find his way out. Gonna run this. Oh, late hit. No flag, though. Able to get the first.
Very big on Austin to not try to take a kneel or slide or anything like that. Just trusting Burrow to make sure he could get to the edge with that bum knee he has.
Joe Burrow probably looking at Chase. Not there. Gonna go to Mixon. Tries to spin. Great tackle by the Bucks. My guess is if you're the Bengals here, you let this, you don't snap this ball until about 10 seconds left on the clock.
No.
Lucky,
no shame in letting the clock run.
Yeah. Lucky with the sub, or with the gifted sub to Agenda. We appreciate you all. Look at this. Oh, free play. Is he's gonna go? Oh, to Kilmer. I believe that's the tight end. Offsides. Able to get a free one there to get 5 more yards. That's look, now they both got one.
If you're in Dan's corner right now, you're not liking that offsides. I didn't even see where it was. I didn't see how. Did he try to like fake blitz?
No, I think it was after I call this play here. Mixon, nowhere to go. I mean, they're just clogging these holes. But I think Justin said in the chat earlier that that he thinks that it's the phantom offsides happen when the D line will point at their offensive lineman and they'll call it then because their hands pass. So it seems like it's a Madden glitch apparently.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Burrow drops back. He probably has Kilmer. Risky throw. Higgins able to get it. Wow. I thought that could have been picked.
That linebacker, I don't even know who that was. Was that Baber? Was that Quincy Baber?
It may have been
Quinn. He was just sleeping, dude.
Wow, Salk says hi. Shout out Salk. My biggest fan, biggest supporter.
Special plays.
Special plays, special players. Joe Burrow making a few adjustments here. First and goal. I mean, that's just easy pickings. T. Higgins having a day. So is Jamar Chase really as well. I mean, this entire Bengals receiving core just doing whatever they want to do.
I mean, Jamar Chase is him, right? I mean, I know you would agree with that, but the Madden Jamar Chase is just on another level. I can't believe how well Austin is able to spread the ball out across his receivers. Didn't somebody say there's like 4 receivers with 1,000 yards each?
Really? It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he just is like so locked in offensively on what he wants to do, which is like what's interesting to like, I don't know, for those of us that pay attention to these things like me, because I'm a nerd, but like he's running a very different scheme for the most part than what he's done in the past. You still see him doing some trips tight end and that type of stuff, but it's definitely different than what we've seen in the past. And I feel like that's what's making him so tricky to stop, is it's kind of like Austin version 2 from what he used to do.
I think if you come out in the Super Bowl, especially against a guy like Dan who can read a defense or an offense very well, I should say, I think traditional, as I would call Mutt style play, I don't know if it'd work against him.
Yeah. Wilson, great usering, as is that Reader, I think, with the big sack and the quick timeout from the Buccaneers. I don't know if I love that 3rd and 6, because Austin's got 2 timeouts. You really want, or 3 timeouts. You really want him to get a stop here, and then I'd be content taking that to half, but I understand you're down 7 and Dan's been aggressive all year long. But Rowe, shotgun snap, gonna go to A deep. Wow, and it gets broken up. Probably good that didn't get picked. And again, like I said, 4th and 6, incomplete. Now, I mean, do we have any doubt that Austin, like at a minimum, is going to get in field goal range? I don't.
No, I don't. I mean, 20 seconds on a Madden clock with 3 timeouts is like 4 minutes in real time. Like in real NFL, because one pass right here, he's going to probably gain roughly 15 to 20 yards and be on the 50-yard line already.
Definitely. That's why I feel like you make Austin to use his timeout on that 3rd down. If he wants, if he wants you to do another play, I don't know if you do it on your, on your end for this reason right here, but we'll see what happens. Gonna hand this off to Mixon. Mixon makes one man miss, makes another, able to get 9 yards and calls a quick timeout. I mean, Mixon just with a lot of heart right there.
Very unpredictable. I would never be able to do Tony Romo's job because I call some of the worst predictions ever.
15 seconds, 2 timeouts. Really just probably, he's got, obviously Evan McPherson, plenty of kick power, just needs to get, he's got it right over, right, wide open over the middle. Jamar Chase, one man miss, quickly gets down. Smart play right there, because there's about 7 seconds left there, and you don't want to get caught up in like, one of those, tackle battles or something like that, and it uses all the clock. So wisely gets down. My guess is he just tries to see if something's open right here. If not, just chucks it out of bounds. What are we doing? Yep, and then gets out of the pocket. Yeah, okay. Woo, I got a little panicky right there.
I don't love the trip stack I don't love the trip stack for a touchdown shot. It's kind of readable what's going on. Unfortunately, Madden Playbook only gives you so many plays in that playbook. It's not hard to recognize them. So Dan, Dan.
Oh my! Wow! As what an opportunity that could have been for the Buccaneers, but not able to get it. Wow. Goodness, that really looked like it was going to be a block. But yeah, what a half of football here. I mean, what's your thoughts on that first half?
Austin doing exactly what he needs to do, and Dan unfortunately being put in a situation after his first drive that I feel like he's kind of forcing it more than what he would normally. So forcing it too much could put him a step back farther, and at that point I think he's going to have one too many steps behind him and he won't be able to get back up.
As here we go, now the Bengals get the ball out of half. Burrow has his X factor. Handoff to Mixon, cuts it outside, a lot of room. Does he have the speed to beat? Winfield gets hit, or kind of gets blocked on the field. He's got one man to beat. It's Jamel Dean able to bring him down, but wow, that is not what the doctor ordered if you're the Buccaneers at a half.
Not at all. May I say, Cody, you are bringing the energy right now. I'm so quiet and collected, and Austin is making some electric plays.
I mean, that was a beautiful little kick out to the outside there when you saw there was nothing on the inside. Gonna go back to Mixon. Nothing there that time as the Buccaneers said, "Can we stop that man?"
Man, I do not like that crack toss play in this game. I just feel that the block shedding on it is so poor. It surprises me to see Austin would run that play. It may have worked for him prior. I've never been able to see success.
Clean pocket, gonna get this to Noel. Noel able to fight forward and make this a 3rd and 4.
9 for 10.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow out here.
Yeah, and Lucky made a comment. The first incompletion just came on that, that one that he had to throw away to stop the clock.
Yeah. I mean, it's, as they said, he's firing on all cylinders, really.
Hand off to Mixon, and oh my goodness, Joe Mixon needed the horns there on that one, as that was filthy. Yes, he does. I mean, my goodness. I mean, that goes back to what I said earlier about Wohzi saying Austin's really been running very patiently, and it showed right there with 2 big runs by Mixon.
I've never been able to figure out that Jurtle, but man, people make it look so so good.
Yeah.
It looks like the best move in Madden history.
Mm-hmm. I always get a little nervous to use it because, I mean, feel all you got to do is get hit while that Jurtle is happening, and you can get a fumble very easily. But just
down 17. What do you do if you're Dan at this point?
You got to stay composed, right? Because this would be a time where you start to just try to force things, but you can't do that. You have to, you got to go to your bread and butter, go to things you know are going to work. Don't get too frustrated. Austin scored fast. You still have basically a whole half of football. But we will see him go no huddle here, trying to conserve as much time as he can. Cook jukes inside once, able to get 6 yards. This is what you need right here, right? Just no huddle, but don't force.
I like the short play, no huddle. You're gonna waste as least clock as possible, because you are coming into crunch time.
Bro, might have RB. He is, but just throws it a little too late. Maybe scared by that. I think that either safety or corner sitting there kind of right in front of it. But I think if you just touch past that, he would have got it over the top.
Yeah, touch pass, high pass. I mean, any of those, I think it would have went over. Then again, I've seen crazy animations.
That's going to be a quick out route to Dyson, able to get a 1st down, a Ben Tennant special. Another no huddle.
I'd like to see. I like the streak here with Dyson. 1-on-1. The safety's crashing.
Dropping back way too far, but does
open.
find Cook, able to get a 1st down. This is a good response drive right here.
But we still need one solid or a defensive stop out of Dan, and we got a game.
Rowe takes the snap, gonna go quickly to X. That's Dyson, able to get the 1st on that one, moving the ball very well on this drive.
Such a bad animation there for Dan. Had he got that on the run, he could have probably, I would have said, inside the 5.
Yeah, I agree. That one could have been a touchdown. Had to kind of spin after he caught it, or kind of, I don't know if it was on the back shoulder or what it was, but is that the pick? Trey Henderson, what a play! Wow, great defensive play call. I don't know if that was, if he put him in a zone or a quarterback spy, but he just drops back and Dan never saw him, and it goes right into Hendrickson's hand. I mean, this is disaster time potentially for the Buccaneers.
Yes,
this is where you start to see Dan press a little, and you can't do it. Is he's gonna wisely run that with Burrow, but I something like I haven't seen him do really all game is he's bringing those safeties down, and I feel like that's what Dan starts to do once he gets frustrated. But you got to be careful playing a guy like Austin. He's gonna hit the holes if they're there.
He's got the speed to just make you pay over the top. Oh, and we got 1st.
Mixon, 1st down. Yeah, able to fight forward. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna take a fumble, or it's gonna take Dan making a ginormous play. Because, I mean, nothing on paper has shown us that Austin's, not going to sit here and just move the ball with will. Play action. Wow, Jamar. No, T. Higgins. Oh, gets sticky. He's feeling it right now, ladies and gentlemen.
A little show off. I mean, it wasn't a show off, but you know, that was disgusting. Poor Dan. Poor Dan.
Yeah, I mean that's the definition of you're just feeling it and you want to see if you can go you can go make a highlight play. Nah, Austin's playing with his food. Listen, I'm telling you, this is not like, I mean, I think Austin's been confident this whole year that he was gonna go finish the job, but now being up where he is, I would definitely say, knowing him, he is feeling pretty good right now. I mean, that is just the cleanest pocket of all time. Holy crap, that's a dot. Kilmer, able to get into the end zone. Wow. Joe Burrow with a seed and a big play by Kilmer.
I'm going to have to say that touchdown right there may just put the nail in the coffin for the Super Bowl, unfortunately. But beautiful play call by Austin. You know, I think Dan kind of got screwed out on some animations there as far as trying to getting the tackle. It's terrible to see such a high caliber player of Dan be not on the, I guess, positive side of Madden.
Yeah, I mean, the level that Austin's playing right now is insane. I mean, that, like, the vision down the field, because Burrow had an 8-yard run, right? I mean, Burrow had an easy 8-yard run. You know, Austin's not pressed for touchdowns at this point. Oh, it's James Cook! Makes two-man miss, and he's got nothing but pay dirt. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
And this is what we were talking about pregame. James Cook, don't let the numbers fool you from the regular season, because playoffs James Cook is on pace for probably 2,000 yards. I mean, he's playing out of his mind.
Going for 2 here. Dan's better at math than I am. I don't know if Madden told him to do it or if he's doing it, but regardless. Going for 2. Quickly to Cook. Cheeky little play there as that gets it to a 16-point game. So that makes sense now.
Don't call it a comeback. Dan's been here the whole time, he said.
That was exactly what the Buccaneers needed. They needed a quick touchdown to really kind of combat that Bengals touchdown. But again, this defense needs an answer for this Bengals offense.
Hey, right now, you stop Austin potential turnover, get that score quick, and you're looking at a one-possession game.
Burrow takes the snap, another clean pocket, quickly to Kilmer, able to get tackled for a gain of 5.
Not a lot of punting in this Super Bowl.
Sure isn't. Has there been one? There hasn't been one, right? Not a single punt yet?
No, he...
Because he went for it on 4th, and I think it's been scores every other... Oh, another free play. As that's... Ooh. Going to be dropped, but didn't matter, and I think Austin knew it, so that's why he kind of threw a more risky one there.
Turn the offside sliders down.
Yeah. 2nd and inches, I assume we're going to see a run with Mixon here. It will be a run with Mixon. Great blocking. Devin White just not able to get him. It looked like he was, would have been able to tackle him after about a gain of 2 or 3, but not able to.
Yeah, it's surprising to outrun Devin White like that. I'm pretty sure he has a very good pursuit rating. He just had that one weird angle that he probably could have ran infinitely on and never been tackled, and he had to make a move.
Could this be a run here as well? Nobody over the middle. He does pull White over towards that way now. Making adjustments. Is it window dressing? No, it's not. It's actually what it is. Quick to Kilmer. Wisely just kind of, takes that up the field. Doesn't juke. Don't need to fumble. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Austin maybe accidentally gets into a spike here. So what's the decision? Is it going to be wasted timeout? Take the penalty?
I think you just take the penalty right now. I mean, you're going to be one play from the 4th quarter after this penalty, and at that point, a first down, you can really waste some clock and get this game over with.
Yep, as he will just take the penalty. Is Dan going to be respectful? No! He says, you made the mistake, you pay for it. Ben says Dan's trying to pull his guys down too fast because in case he wants to change to someone else pre-snap. Yeah, and like I said this, or is he getting a quick message like, hey, what the heck, dude? But yeah, Ben, I feel like that's something we see out of Dan pretty often is when he gets down in games like this, is when he just starts to kind of like, I don't want to say spaz out because that's not the right word, but like he just starts to kind of like move guys around and do stuff and try to mess you up. But I feel like doing that then, especially against a guy like Austin, you're getting your guy out of play and Austin's going to find the open man.
I want you to take notice of some of these schemes that Dan runs. Like, watch how many
and off Mixon, able to get a first down. Wow. I mean, that's a heartbreaker if you're Dan. He's forced to take a penalty, and then he picks it all back up on one run.
Excuse me for 1 second. I got to walk away, so I'm going to have you go solo for about 1 minute.
You're good. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Even though Connor's not here, he's always here. Quickly to Mixon, risky throw. That's really the lone bad decision that Austin's made all game long, but luckily, didn't hurt him too bad outside of gaining no yards. Trips look here. Dan was out of alignment, now gets him back over there, so Austin knows he's in man defense. Oh, Mixon not able to bounce that out to the left side because, boy, if he was, there was a whole crew of wide receivers ready to block for him.
Oh, my. Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of run the ball if you're Austin. You got to waste as much clock as possible. Let's look for maybe some corner routes here. Yep.
Quickly to Jamar, and he catches it. 16 for 17, and his lone incompletion was on purpose to stop the clock. Joe Burrow and Austin have not thrown an incompletion yet. Let's just for all intents and purposes, he hasn't thrown an incompletion. Handoff to Mixon. Oh, he started to cut inside because he looked like he had the blocking, but big play by Jamel Dean. Morty with 5 gifted to Cook. I believe M103, all those numbers is Mike Raynone. Gamble, Sean Wardy, and Bowman?
Yep, that's another buddy of mine. I don't know how they're all getting gifted.
Oh, wide open Jamar, and no, Joe Burrow with the first mistake of the game, really, just overthrows a wide open guy. I wonder if that was a free form.
Man, if I'm Austin, I'm enraged off of that. Just almost a perfect game, and just 1 incompletion is fine. 2 incompletions on the stat line just makes you just.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's disgusting. 3rd and 12. No need to be too aggressive as you're in scoring range. He's gonna go to Higgins, and I mean these route concepts are nasty. I mean, it looked like everything's bottled up, and Austin's got just one of those sneaky curl routes somewhere on the field all the time.
And what I was saying earlier, Dan is running the most obscure defensive schemes. I don't even know how he's doing it all too.
Run commit. Run commit, I mean, I think that just goes back to it. I think Dan's just kind of reeling a little bit here defensively. He's trying anything to see if anything will work, trying to guess there to see if he can get a 4-yard loss or something like that, but bites him in the butt, and that might be coffin nails.
Whoa, Connor. We can't say congrats just yet. Offsides. Onside kicks in this game have been shown to be very good.
Yeah, those give me nightmares. I think I've gotten one. I've received one onside kick. Every other onside kick people have done against me, I've not gotten.
I lose sleep over the game I lost to you.
Yeah.
The onside kick.
Rowe drops back. He goes to his own curl route, gets depleted, not able to bring it down. And I think you're seeing the difference between these Bucs wide receivers and these Bengals wide receivers. Just a little bit more talent, or maybe a little bit more experience with these Bengals wide receivers. Rowe gets brought down. Nick Scott blitzing from that outside position.
Do I play it for the poor guy?
Oh, no.
I can't do it.
Morgan Rowe, 3rd and 18. This is a big play here. You need some kind of yards to make this 4th down manageable. Great read. Able. Oh, not able to get the first. I thought he was going to reach out and grab that, or, you know, kind of get that ball over the marker. But 4th and 1. Feel a lot better about that than 4th and 18.
Absolutely. Do your safe play. Get your 1 yard here. I mean, if you really want to try to catch him off guard, take that deep shot. If it doesn't work, it's over. The season's over.
My guess is maybe this could go to Cook here. He just audibles Cook there really quickly. But he threw it late. Wow, and it didn't bite him in the butt. I mean, he had Cook, like, basically when he snapped the ball. I don't know why he waited so long. Regardless, it works out. Gonna have to...
It could have been that little glitch. Like, I've tried... Oh, no, not a false
mental
start.
Mistake. Mental mistake there.
It could have been that glitch in Madden where you try a quick pass and it just doesn't register.
That's fair.
That's what I'm thinking probably happened there, because that was a quick read route.
Mental mistake for Dan right there, though. Just too many adjustments, too many audibles. Goes to Cook for a gain of 8, 2nd and 7. I assume we're going to see another no huddle here. Morgan Rowe takes the snap. Got B. He will find B. That's Perkins. First down. Not able to get out, but I guess the clock wouldn't have stopped just yet. I think it's under 4 minutes.
Ben with a very, very hot take of 20-0 with arguably the most difficult schedule in league history.
I mean, it might be Morgan Rowe going to run this one. I don't think he was anticipating that he was going to pass the line of scrimmage. I mean, it really might be. We'd have to dive into that more, but it's not the most wild take, but I do see what you mean. I mean, there's been so many seasons, so many good users. Oh, is Rowe hurt? No, he does get up.
Okay, so 1, 2. Trying to find out how many playoff teams he had to beat.
Yeah. Morgan Rowe snaps it. Goes to Y. Wow, that looked like he was going to be picked. Looked like it was going to be thrown over his head. Able to get that. Going to have to go no huddle.
Oh, I could see the win streak being shattered. No.
Risky throw right there. Really just kind of at this point, such little time left. You kind of just need to... This is where you need to start forcing it and see if anything can score. 13 games off the longest win streak in league history. Can totally see that. Yeah, I mean, the way he's playing, I guess it'll be interesting to see what his schedule looks like opening up. What his first 13 games are. Goes to X. Wow, great play by the Buccaneers wide receiver. I didn't see who that was. It was number 3, but I'm not sure what the name is there.
Can you give play of the game to the losing team?
That was
an amazing play.
That was really nice. I think it was that McCullers that caught that? It was either Cook or McCullers.
Cook. I think it was Mikhail Cook.
Looking for him again. Brings it down. Now here we go. Now here's where things get a little sketchy, right? These are these onside kicks. Which one he's gonna go with? I see a lot of people have success with the high ones. Let's see if that's where he's going with. Yeah, he's going high kick as well, but he's going a bit deeper. I feel like I see people do a little bit better when it's a little bit more lateral. Goes up. Jones able to bring that down. Wisely just gets down. No need to... Yeah, see, I feel like people have a little bit better success when you don't... because he just kind of high kicked it right to that guy. It was going to take a while for his defenders or his kick return, guys to get there.
Yeah, the cheese, for anybody that doesn't know, you line that arc up with the corner of the 4, and that's normally what you're supposed to do.
Pass to Kilmer. Breaks a tackle, gets hit. My guess is at this point, Austin's probably on conservative.
Then again, Dan does not seem like the type of guy to make a Mike Tomlin call and do an onside after halftime. I know I am. But he just seems like he's a natural kickoff kind of guy.
Under center look here. Might have been one of the first one we've seen for the Bengals so far.
Another play by Dan. That was one of those. Well, it was engage 8. My bad. Okay, so that probably looked about correct.
Just all sorts of people coming at him. 2nd and 13, 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Austin's one of these guys, he's not afraid to be aggressive in these situations. You know, he's not necessarily 100% of the time just going to pound the rock, as we see a throw here. Smart little play, as that's Noel making one-man miss, and that should be pretty much all she wrote. Going to be interesting to see if Dan uses one timeout or if he's just going to let this kind of go down and be game, because in theory, Dan could get the ball back, but with this big a deficit, this game's pretty much over.
Yeah, I mean, you'd turn it into a oh my goodness, I was choking. You turn this into a 3-possession game just off of a field goal. We see a kneel coming out. Do we have good sportsmanship from Dan to allow Austin to walk away with this one?
I mean, I think if you're Austin, even if he calls a timeout, you're kneeling it, 3 more times, because like you said, I mean, you take a field goal. I mean, sure, I guess it could get blocked or something like that, but it does look like Dan is going to go ahead and call this one a defeat. What's your overall thoughts on this game?
Well, I think our prediction hit. Your prediction more the rather, but what I saw this game was Dan playing his game, Austin playing his game, and this is gonna sound silly, but neither. You said about Austin changing it up a little bit from what he normally does. This looked like Austin in dominant fashion. Dan looked well, like he looked good. I can't take that away from him whatsoever. 2 bad reads, unfortunately, is what kind of sealed the deal on this one for him. That interception, of course, in the end zone early in the game, definitely did not help. And then the turnover on downs, I think, maybe got in his head a little bit and just kind of set his pace for the game. So overall take with this is, Dan will be back. Look at this guy. He's a dog. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Austin will be back. Can we see a rematch? I definitely think we could see a rematch of this.
As we will see here. Actually, let me do this real quick. I'm going to go here, turn my camera off, and we'll watch the Bengals celebration here so we can get some candid moments. Joe Mixon, what a game out of him. He had over 100 yards, I believe. Obviously that one very big run kind of put him there. Burrow hugging his fellow quarterback competitor. The team lifting the franchise up right there. Joe Burrow bringing a Super Bowl to Cincinnati in many, many years, right? As we see Coach headed to, we see Coach up here on the platform at 78 there, vibing out, celebrating Burrow. About to lift the Lombardi.
No doubt in my mind, Mo Bamba is playing at full potential in Mercedes-Benz Superdome here.
Oh,
Joe
look at him.
Burrow is hyped.
I mean, that is one good-looking man right there, raising that trophy. As we see a couple of the highlights here of this game ending. Higgins, look, hey, great sportsmanship out of Dan here, though, right? Like, you lose the Super Bowl, he could have skipped this moment, right? He could have skipped by this. That's great. I want to leave that for everyone here that's watching this. If you lose the Super Bowl, let this eat. You got to let the highlights eat, because it's a Super Bowl. You can't just, in that celebration for the rest of the league to see. But as we see some of the stats here, 304 yards for Burrow, 3 touchdowns, 224 for Rowe. But yeah, I mean, back to your point, what you were saying before. But I didn't necessarily mean Austin changed his play calling up this game. I just mean from past cycles. It feels like he has a new wrinkle to his offense. And not a ton, like it's not drastically different, but enough to where it's like giving him that extra edge. But then I agree with you. I mean, really it came down to and I think Connor said it too. It came down to 2 big plays, right? It came down to that one throw that Austin threw to Higgins on that curl route where the linebacker just didn't jump it. Or I don't know if it was a linebacker or DB, but just didn't jump it, didn't get there, wasn't able to pick it. And then that big play by Hendrickson ended up being, because that's a D lineman, could have been dropped, but ended up getting picked off. As let's see, we do have Dan and Austin in the chat. Let's go ahead and go to the second 20-0 user, the first ever user to go perfect 2 times in their career. Austin, how we feeling?
Great, man. It's always great to win. Um, yeah, I mean, just, very happy to win another Super Bowl. To join the prestigious club with you at 20-0. Yeah, just elated. Good game to Dan. Can't believe it's been our 4th Super Bowl together. Now we officially are 500 against each other in Super Bowls. But yeah, great game to Dan, and yeah, just very happy.
Definitely. I think for me, my only, and mine's just like a thought. I mean, I think everyone in the league could probably attest to this, but I mean, you've just been humming on offense really all year. And that showed today, right? I mean, Wohzi called it out. I think before the playoffs started, we talked about it in the broadcast, like how especially when you run the ball, you're running the ball really patient right now. I mean, Mixon was getting really kind of hounded most of the game, but then he broke that one big run, and that felt like it really kind of unlocked something for you, and you started to hit the holes really well after that. So kudos to you. Great run. And yeah, Wohzi, do you have anything for Austin?
Oh yeah, a couple questions here. I mean, Dan played very risky there on the first drive, as we seen, using his coach's decision early. I don't think there's a single person in this world that would have expected that. When you scored on that very next drive, did it kind of calm your composure of kind of settling the pace for the rest of the game then?
Yeah, that definitely, helped me out. Especially on the coach's decision. I've done a lot of labbing this year. I mean, I don't really play this game anymore, but the only time I ever really load up is if I'm labbing with Alan or I'm playing a CFM game. So I know Alan and I have definitely worked on some strategies on defense. I took some of those today, tried to implement those. But yeah, it was, that 4th down, that coach's decision, and then to come back out and be able to score off the bat. That's always great, especially knowing you're going to get the ball, start the second half. Just seemed to work in our favor today. This is easily, I mean, we say easy mode is set feet lead, pass feet elite gunslinger. I mean, easy mode is Joe Burrow at 99 everything with Fearless and Deadeye. Like, it's easily the most cracked team I've ever played with, and then you throw to Jamar and T. Higgins. It's I don't know. I usually feel like I kind of take the Patriots, so I have like a shitter team, and then I have to build it up. But I got kind of fortunate to be able to get the Bengals here off rip, and they just got studs on offense. It's I feel like, back to your point, Cody, definitely feeling more, definitely have added a couple new implements to my offense, but at the end of the day, like, it really is kind of a lot of computer doing it as well. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and try and play you with that. The game is just so far away from, at the Madden we grew up playing, where it was really user based. So, but yeah, sorry, Wohzi, to get back to it. Yeah, no, I mean, definitely felt great to, come out and make a statement knowing you're getting the ball at the second half.
And then I just have 2 quick questions for 2 quick answers here.
Okay.
The first one is, do you think you can repeat another perfect season this Madden cycle?
No. No, I don't. I mean, when you play in the AFC, I mean, give me a break. I mean, I beat Wohzi twice. I beat Cody once, and then took a forced win. I beat Little Alex twice. I beat Warren twice. So those could all be losses on any given day to any of those users. 100%.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I mean, you play in it. So that's why it's a beautiful thing to have won this and to go 20-0, especially through that AFC gauntlet. But no, I don't. I think this is a very rare feat, and I'm gonna bask in it for a little bit. Happy I won for sure, but to answer your question there, no.
Very humbling. And then the last one is kind of a cheerful moment for Better League to hear. I'm sure you know Dan IRL, correct?
Absolutely, I do.
Are you going to take him out for a beer after this?
I don't know. He should be taking me out because I was 1-2 against him in Super Bowls. So, like I said, now I'm almost kind of happy that I lost that bowl to Allen last year, because otherwise, only my only bowls that I had lost were to Dan. And I mean, having a brotherhood in Rhode Island like that, that's really That's something that weighs on your conscience a little bit. But yeah, I was happy to get this one for sure. So maybe him and I can split it 50-50.
Hey, roadies that play together stick together, man.
That's it.
All right, Dan, on to you. Just your initial kind of thoughts on the game.
Yeah. First of all, Cody, good game to Austin. I want to get that right off the bat. But I've got a piece of paper in front of me. I want to read off of it. I know we addressed this last Super Bowl, but finally I have a list of names I want to thank. Those are Boz, Morty, Steele, Warren, Austin, Wohzi, Connor, Kook, Alex, Nico, Little Alex, Lucky, Ben, Tim, and a few other people that were anonymous. These are all the donations that, allowed me to continue my cycle. So thank you so much for everyone. It sucks to lose, but no matter what, I'm here. I enjoy it. I enjoy the team I have. Just thank you everyone for giving me that opportunity, because it really helps me. So I don't know how to thank people. I really don't. So I don't know. I never thought about going to people's DMs and thank you for, because some people spend $100, $200, $300. Nobody had to do that. People are always nickel and diming about like daddy leagues or neon, who's going to spend the $30. And then like when something happens, someone drops $300 right on my lap. And I'm sure they would do that for many other people. And, if I was in that position, I'd have to do it for them, because I just love the brotherhood here and everything like that. But I just wanted to say that I listed the names of all the donations. So thank you very much. A couple guys here in this booth, including Austin. So thank you so much. As far as the game goes, I'm now the king of losing Super Bowls in BL. I'm now 2 Super Bowls clear of second place. So I'm 4-6. So I'm kind of LeBron, I guess, losing all those NBA finals and stuff like that. But it's okay. You should always strive to go as far as you can and play as well as you do, and that's what I try to do every season. It just didn't work out today. Austin's incredible. I mean, we've been watching Austin all season. I watched carefully every one of his playoff games. Unbelievable scheme. He's perfect on offense, perfect on defense. He's got just the team that's unbelievable. T. Higgins, I think, is the real difference on offense. He throws it to him anytime he needs a safety valve. And you saw that tonight. So I was kind of lost on defense. I kind of, after the first drive, said, I'm just going to stick in dollar. And no matter what, if he runs against me, so be it. But I just can't let him pass against me in any other formation. If I'm in nickel 3-3-5, whatever I'm in, it just couldn't work. I had to be in like the lightest formation possible. But obviously it didn't work. Austin was in unbelievable flow. If I were to say 2 plays that really were the difference, on my end, I took a really bad sack on the first drive. That was a set of downs where I went for it on my CD, my coach's decision, and that was very frustrating. I think it was 3rd and 20, and then I picked up 10 yards and then missed on 4th down. That was a really bad pocket presence, but just like the last game, Allen and Austin just threw unbelievable pressure. I think their D lines are incredible. I was very uncomfortable in the pocket all game, and I didn't have many answers. I just was hoping maybe I could take a shot deep, but he was playing great coverage all across the board. So that was that play, and then the Trey Hendrickson interception. That was a wrong button. I meant to throw it to the running back, but he threw it up the middle, and it is upsetting that it was a D tackle, a D end, whatever, that picked it off. I mean, the CPU, but it's Madden. Those things happen sometimes. Just sometimes low probability events happen, right? And you just got to deal with it. So good game to Austin, and I'm ready to compete and keep going the rest of the cycle. I'm excited to try defend my NFC crown and maybe take a step further.
Wohzi, anything from you?
I mean, Dan, that was you just about hit the nail on the head there. I'll fall back on 2 things here. Of course, I got Austin's take on the turnover on downs, as you were referring to with that sack. And I normally like to ask this question to anybody that uses a coach's decision that doesn't convert. When you notice the coach's decision did not convert, and then Austin scores, did you had like in your mind, did you feel that you needed to up tempo or change what your original game plan would have been? As far as what I saw, you didn't play much different than you would normally do, as in the fact of playing your game. But I just didn't know if there was something that you were like, okay, I have to try different stuff now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I did. So when it was 3rd and 20, I said to myself, I'm taking 2 shots for the first down. I'm going to gain some yards, and let's say I'm not in field goal range, I'm going for it, because you can't let Austin have a possession advantage in any point in the game, because the way his offense is cooking, I just didn't want him in the position. I wanted to have the ball, and if that meant going for it on 4th and 10. As stupid as it might sound, I don't even know what the play result was. I don't even remember what the play was and what happened, but obviously it didn't work out. And his by the way, his cornerbacks knockouts. I mean, who said knockouts suck? Because they're all over.
Yeah.
They're all over the place, and it was just like the NFC Championship against Allen. He's got great corners. Tonight, Austin had great corners, and just like everything was coming out. And so that was very frustrating. But obviously, he's playing pretty lockdown defense, and didn't get it. And then it was very frustrating the next play that he got that T. Higgins corner route all the way to the 1 yard line, and then got his first touchdown. But no, I just wanted to. I figured one stop could make a difference, but I never got that one stop, so I think it's just a moot point now.
Yep. Unfortunately, with what do we have? 40 minutes of gameplay. Oh no, that wouldn't be right. We have 32. We have 32 minutes to get something done, and unfortunately, the sand timer doesn't run out of sand until the last minute. I guess, Cody, do you have anything to say? If not, I want to close us off if you wouldn't mind.
No, I mean, well, let's just get one last word out of Austin if you have anything, and if not, then yeah, Wohzi, you send us out.
This one's for Dan. Love this league, man. Love these guys.
Let's go.
That's right. That's right.
Hey,
No,
I'm
it's
glad
going well.
I'm glad you said that, because that's what I wanted to route back to. Dan, I don't know you personally. I know a lot of guys have met you in person. At the end of the day, anytime you join an organization, a team of anything, and you just got a band of brothers, we look out for each other no matter what. The day that it happened, I went out into the living room and I was talking to my wife and I said, you got to hear this story. And I explained it to her and she goes, well, what do you want to give them? She doesn't understand, the whole online community and stuff like gamers do, if you want to call us that. But at the end of the day, dude, that's a blessing is what I've been taught in my life. And you don't need to thank for a blessing. Just know that if anybody ever needs something in this league, that we all got each other's backs. We wouldn't be able to continue on without you. It just wouldn't be the same without having Dan in the league in some way, shape, or form. So I just wanted to get that off my chest there, because everybody contributes to this league one way, shape, or form, and another, and that's why I feel we're one of the most successful leagues in Madden right now.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wohzi. Really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, shout out. Listen, another great Super Bowl. Shout out to Austin. Shout out to Dan. Shout out to you, Wohzi, for joining me. Shout out to everyone that watched. We had 25 something users, I think, at one point, or viewers at one point. Draft Monday, 9 p.m. So listen, we're heading right into the offseason, folks. Let's get after it and let's get ready for next season. Shout out to you.
Advance the draft.
Good boy.